Hello, this is Eric from labofcoding.com. In the last video, we created a to-do detail view which lists the details of a given to-do. In this video, we're going to pick up from that, and I'm going to introduce the Django URL tag. For now, for someone to visit a to-do with a given ID, they should manually enter the ID in the URL, which is not an ideal case. So in this video, we're going to use the URL tag to create URLs in our Django project. That is, to create links that link to other views in our Django views. So if we go to the home page, it will be cool to have a link in each to-do which links to the detail page of that to-do. So we are going to use the URL tag to do that. So Django has a URL tag, which is what you use to create absolute links or absolute path in your Django project. So you can visit the Django documentation on template tags and filters and read on the URL tag. So it takes a string, which is the name of your URL or of your view, and it will be able to map that onto your view and get the corresponding link for that view. So if you go to our urls.py file, you'll find that we only pass the path string and the view argument. So the path object takes a third argument, which is the name of your view, and it is this name which you'll use to refer to your views in your templates in the URL tag. So let's call this view index, and let's call the to-do detail, let's just call it to-do detail. So these are the names that we'll use in our template to refer to these views instead of hard coding the paths. So let's go to the index page and let's add another column which will just be acting like a link which directs the user to the to-do for that row. So let's add another column. Let's just call it action, and let's add another item in the row. So in this case, we will have a URL which will be pointing to the to-do detail page for that to-do in that row. So it's here where we'll introduce the URL tag. So that's the syntax of the URL tag, and it takes the name of your view. In this case, you want to link to the to-do detail view, and you can see that our to-do detail URL takes an argument to do. So we will have to pass that one to our URL tag here so that it can construct it properly using the to-do. So you can either pass as normal arguments or as keyword arguments, but I think it's better to be explicit to pass keyword arguments. So in this case, you want the to-do ID, so it is the pk of the to-do. So you can just say to-do ID is equal to to-do.pk, and then let's pass the string show, so that if a user wants to see more details about the to-do, they will click the show. So let's move this within our TD, and then we can also add a bootstrap button class. So let's just say button info. So let's go to our browser and refresh the page. Yeah, so we can see that every row in our to-do list has a link show. So if we click on that link, it will take us to the to-do with that given ID. So it is the Django URL tag which is constructing the URL for us, and it takes the to-do ID that we've given as to-do.pk. For now, we are displaying the whole description in the table in our index page. And if a to-do has a very large description, it won't be rendered so well, because this one is a text field and it can be very long. For example, let's create a very long description and see how our table will be rendered. So let's drop into the Python shell and create a very large random string. Let me just use the name of my website, this lab of coding. Let's generate a large string. So let's use this one. Let's copy that. Let's go to our browser and into the Django admin. Let's just update the description of to do 4. Let's save that one. And if we go to our index page, you'll see that the description, the to do 4 description is very large, and it has clobbered the display of our table. So Django has a built-in template tag known as truncate words, which you can use to truncate or to limit the word of a given string to a given paragraph to a certain number of words. So let's use that one to limit the number of words that can be displayed in a to do in the table to a certain number of words. So that, let's use that filter. It's use the pipe string, and then the name of the filter in this case is truncate words, and it takes an argument of the number of words that you want to limit to. Let's just give 5. So if the description has more than 5 words, it will be limited to 5 words. So let's go to our page and let's refresh that. Yeah, so you see that the description has been limited to 5 words, which is good. So if someone wants to view the whole description, they will have to click the show button, which will take them to the detail page of that to do, where they will see the whole description of that to do. If you look at the title of our 2 Django videos, you'll find that they're using the same title, the super to do's, which has been declared in the base template. This may not be what you want. The ideal case is whereby you want to have each page to have its own title, which is descriptive of whatever that page is doing. So we can do that by having by wrapping the title in a block, and then having each template to override that title block and have their own title in that case. So within the title elements, let's create a new block and let's call it title, and each block and each page will override this block and have their own title. In this case, let's have a string, the super to do's, which will be, we will use this one in each template, and then pass whatever title the page wants. So let's go to our to do detail and let's override this block. So that will be block title, and let's override it. If we override it, it will override everything that is here, so we won't have the super to do's. So the way to call a variable that has been declared in a parent template, there is a super variable, which is what you use to grab that variable which has been declared in a parent template. Okay. So let's use that super. So that is block.super. So it will just give us whatever is in the super template. In this case is the super to do's. And before it, let's add the custom template, the custom title that we want for our to do detail. So we can just pass the title of our to do to serve as the title of this page. So that will be to do the title. Let's have a space here. So let's go to our page and refresh. Yeah, so we find that we have to do 4, the pipe, and then the super to do, which has been declared in the base template. And then we can go to our index page and do the same. So we can quickly copy this index, and then let's change this one. Let's just say home, because this is our home page. So let's go to our home page. Yeah, so you have home, the super to dos, which is cool. So each template that you create will have will override this title block and have their own custom title, and they will use the block.super to grab the super to dos title declared in the base template. In our index page, you'll find that we are loading the static tag, but if you look within that template, we are not using it anywhere, so we can drop that one. It's usually good to drop any template tags that you're loading and you're not using, because they increase the overhead when Django is trying to render that template. So let's drop that one. I think everything should still be fine. Yeah, that's fine. So that's it for now. We'll pick up from this in the next video. Thanks for watching.